Good morning and welcome to Thursdays with Rose. We have a busy afternoon and busy evening, so today we're going to do a crock pot dish and it's called chicken enchilada casserole. It's a Mexican dish and I haven't done it in the crock pot before, but I have done it in the oven. So we're going to try it out in the crock pot today. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my chicken. On my recipe, it does say shredded chicken, but I'll let you know how I do this myself. And then I'm going to do the chicken in a little bit of chicken broth. I've got mojo seasoning. I like this for marinating any chicken, beef, or fish. Actually, if I want a bit of a citrusy marinade flavor. I'm also going to use some minced garlic. And that's how I'll do our chicken. I'm going to cook it in my Instapot until it shreds easily. So I'll probably do it on one, possibly two seasonings for chicken breast. I've got 2 pounds of chicken. And then I'm going to layer the chicken, 1.5 cups of rice on the bottom, then our shredded chicken, some green and red peppers with onions. I've got my 28 ounces of mild red enchilada sauce. I have green chilies here, a little taco seasoning packet, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika. I've got street taco size corn tortillas as well. I'll be using 12 of these. We're also going to layer our Fiesta blend low fat, reduced fat cheese. We're going to add that to the mixture and stir it in. And we're also going to put this on the top. We also can put black olives. If you like black olives, you can put them on. And then we serve it with a vegetable, and that'll be it. So the first thing I'll do is spray my Instapot. I've already done that. And I'm going to add my chicken, a little broth, and my seasonings for the shred chicken, and then shred that once it's complete. And then we'll get layering in my crock pot. So let's get started. Thank you. I've got my chicken breast seasoned and in my Instapot. Again, I'm going to cook this possibly 2 cycles on my chicken because it's frozen partially. So we'll make this chicken recipe for 20 minutes. And once that's done, we'll go ahead and get it shredded. And then we'll finish with the rest of our ingredients for chicken enchilada casserole in the crock pot. So I have rice in the bottom of my pot. I have 1.5 cups of brown rice. It'll turn into 3 cups of cooked rice. And I'm going to have 6 servings of this casserole. So it'll be about a 1/2 cup per person as far as rice is concerned. So I put rice in. I coated the bottom of this crock pot with a little enchilada sauce and a little chicken broth. Very little. About 4 tablespoons of enchilada sauce and about 4 tablespoons of chicken broth, just enough to get the rice a little moist without covering it. So next I'm going to put our shredded chicken. I have 1.5 pounds of chicken that I cooked and shredded. So that's the next layer. Good layer there. I have some green pepper, red pepper, and onion. Just going to add a little here. I have a cup of these all together. And just add a little. I'm going to add some seasonings here. I've got a little bit of onion powder. I've got adobo. That's a good Mexican seasoning. It's good for Latin or Hispanic dishes. Just a little garlic. A dash of paprika. I also have chopped green chilies, just a small can. I'll put a little of that on this layer. And I have about half the can left for the next little bit. Got a little taco seasoning. You can skip the taco seasoning since we have enchilada sauce if you don't like it quite as spicy. I'm just putting a little in here on each layer. I cut up into strips 12 corn tortillas, and they're the street taco size. I'm going to lay these over this mixture, and then I'll top this with enchilada sauce and cheese. This is a full dish. I'll be adding green beans on the side so that we have a vegetable. But that's about it. So we're going to add some cheese. I've got 3 cups of this cheese all together. Give it a nice coating. The more cheese, the better. You can add as much cheese as you would like. We're adding 3 cups for our dietary purposes. We're not using fat-free cheese this time. We're going to cover this with our enchilada sauce. Add another layer of chicken and seasonings. Adobo. Garlic. Onion powder. I'm not putting paprika on this layer, and I'm not putting taco seasoning on this layer. I'll be adding some more of our corn tortilla strips. Corn tortillas are best to use because flour tortillas get soggy with the enchilada sauce. You can use flour if you prefer, but the corn tortillas work really well. And cut them into strips so you can make sure they get done. Once this is all done, this will get mixed together anyway, but it cooks really nice in these layers. And I'll put some enchilada sauce. More cheese. There's 1 3/4 cups of cheese in each bag. This is going to be my last layer on top of this layer. It'll be 3 layers total. And we'll get more chicken. These are delicious. And it's great because you can get all this done. You can make your chicken a day ahead of time. Turn this on. Get it ready the night before or the morning of. You can turn it on low. It'll be done by the time you get home. I'm adding the rest of my chicken here. And make sure that's layered well. I sprayed the inside of my crock pot with some cooking spray. Go back with our seasoning. Just a touch, sprinkle. On this layer, I am putting adobo. And our taco seasoning. And I have about a half a pack of this left. You can see. I won't be using all of it. Our green chilies. More tortilla strips. This is going to be my top layer, so I'm going to put these kind of close together. So we have all of our tortilla strips, all of our chicken. We're going to add some more enchilada sauce. This is a 28-ounce can. I'm going to also add half of a 10-ounce can. So total we'll have 33 ounces of enchilada sauce. And I'll save the rest of the enchilada sauce. If anybody likes some extra on there. So I needed a little more. So I added half of this can. And this one's 19 ounces. The other one was 28. So just about half. And we're going to add another layer of cheese to this. When it's done, it's good with a layer of green onions, scallions, whatever you want to call them. Chopped green onions are good when you serve this. I don't have any today, but you can use those. Black olives are good. I usually put the black olives on half of it when I put this in the oven, when I'm making the oven version of chicken enchilada casserole. The more cheese, the better. We have a total of 3 cups. Okay. Now, we're going to pop the lid on this. We're going to turn it on low for 6 hours. And we'll get that started. So, we'll be back when this is complete, and I'll give you a picture of the completed project. So, we'll see you later on this afternoon. Thanks. Hi, welcome back to Thursdays with Rose. Our chicken quesadilla casserole is done now and ready to serve. I'm going to split it up. I usually weigh something like this. I weigh our servings. I know I need 6 servings, so I'm going to separate it into 6 separate containers. Let's take a look and see. Here we are. The cheese is nice and golden. It's still soft in the center. So what I'm going to do is measure this out into 6 separate servings, and you could take a look at what it looks like inside. Here we go, the finished product. You can see all of the chicken in there. We've added green beans. You can add some tortilla chips if you'd like, and salsa. And I'll be adding some fat-free sour cream and or plain non-fat Greek yogurt to this. You can add salsa if you'd like. Salsa is even good on green beans. I really like it like that. Otherwise, this is complete. And you can also freeze this. You can do individual servings and freeze it for up to 3 months in the containers. So, thank you. Thursdays with Rose, I hope that you like chicken quesadilla casserole and that you give it a try for your family in the crock pot to make making dinner easy after a long day at work or running around or taking care of kids or just taking care of yourself. So this is something that you can use all winter long, all summer long. Quesadillas are good anytime. So, I'm sorry, enchiladas. I keep saying quesadillas. These are not quesadillas. They're enchiladas. So, chicken enchilada casserole. So, hopefully you like it and hopefully you try it. Otherwise, we'll see you next week for a new recipe with Thursday with Rose. Have a great day.